Greetings Internet, welcome to Aaron Plays, and this will be a ambush mission 2 episode. I believe it's 13. Okay, I had done quite a long episode 11, which you should have seen, which I actually had to split because it was so long. It was about an hour and 24 minutes, which is, I mean, that's almost movie length. So I split that into 2. And this is moving on from that. This is why it's episode 13. The current situation is I'm in up that creek with part of the paddle. It's getting very hard. I think I said at the end of the last video, should I stay, as the Clash would say, or should I go now? Because, yeah. I'm getting, odds are about the same number wise, but quality wise, there's a German sniper who's a tough. Anyway, if you hit the like, subscribe, you know all the YouTube stuff, helps the channel. Let's go down to the map. Okay, there's the overall situation. So 3 Germans activated in this hex. We've taken out the actual squad leader and his 2 chaps over here that have started to fall back. And we have a German sniper up here. I have Cornwall, who's got a satchel charge below the embankment here that can't, you can see the incapacitated guy, can't see these 2 Germans. I've got Dillon with a broken this bar that jammed, and Bell, and I've got Hudson over here, and in this hex we have a wounded Evans on the Jeep, which has the incapacitated Fitzpatrick, Ambrose and Gibson. So we still need to get those guys either to this building or off the map, which could be entertaining because we have every hex. There's a 1 in 10 chance that we actually kill the dude. I'm going to try something also different. I'm going to... The dice tower is causing a bit of shadow. You can see my hand here is causing shadow. It's quite late in the evening here. So I'm going to try using one of these. And then, there it is. Boom, dice. I mean, do you guys actually enjoy seeing the die rolls? I don't know. I know I do when I'm watching these things, but let me know in the comments. I mean, is it important to you to see the dice or not? I don't know. And you can see how to get rid of that. Let me try something else before we proceed. Okay, I've got an overhead light source. And I've got lights behind me rather than to the side, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing without too much. Now, I wonder if I can bring the dice tower back. Does that cast a shadow? No, it doesn't. Okay, so you can see the dice tower sitting there. And there we go. Right, I think we're all in place. Now I can cry. What to do in this situation? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. The game definitely deserves its name, because I'm getting ambushed by snipers, extra Germans. I mean, the Jeep drove here and was then fired upon, and I just could not react. But yeah, the situation is evolving. I think I've got to push on, and so I will, but hopefully not taking too many more casualties, especially from that bloody sniper. Okay, so all Americans are aware. So the first thing we got then is a random event die roll, and we rolled a 7. So looking at the paragraph for a 7 for random event, I'm not sure if you've had that one already. 304 for the paragraph, And the paragraph of 304 tells me what? Reinforcements. Is that cheap? But this event may only occur once. Why can't I have another Jeep? Oh well. So no random event. Next up we have the Act Initiative. Oh, yes please, I'd like to win this one. Germans roll a 7, I roll a 6. The Germans have the initiative. Okay, so now we've got to fill in this grid up here. This is where I bring me old retired mobile phone into the 4A with its little grid on here. There it is. It's the only thing I use it for at the present moment. Okay, so we're looking at the Germans who have rolled a 7. So Niemann, the sniper, okay, with a 7. Thankfully, he only gets 1 action. Okay, the next German is Rasmus. He also only gets 1 action. Put him in the advantage column. And then finally Paulus. He only has 1 action too. Okay, useful. Right, so I've got Cornwall and Bell. Rolled a 6. Looking at the disadvantage column. Okay, they also only have 1 action. Evans will only have 1 action because he's wounded. And Dillon, with a 6, he's 2. He only has 1 action. And finally Hudson. Game over, man. Believe it or not, he has 2 actions. Okay. Was there a command control issue with... Yes, these 2 guys in here. So Cornwallis, he's within 2 hexes of Bell. Cornwallis's initiative is 3, Bell's 3, that's 6, so he definitely stays in command control. And Bell will also be in command control because he's got 3 and it's reciprocated. That was the word I'm looking for. So yeah, we're all in command control. And the first person up is Hudson. Whoop, whoop. What to do with Hudson? There he is in that building. We've liberated that hex. So I think I'm going to go in here and liberate this hex here. But he will hunker down. That's a free change. And then move into there. So that is R6, that's hex R7. Let's have a look at R7. Alright, so that says sighting 5. We've already had sighting 5, so there's no additional in there. And that will complete Hudson's first action. And I've now taken that building in its entirety. And yeah, well, I don't need to put another marker on there, but that is an additional victory point, which then takes my grand total up to 19. Next up are the Germans. Oh, I've got weird things going on with my camera. Hold on there. I want to zoom out a little bit. All right. So we've got the Germans on here, and these have to be done in alpha order. And what I forgot to do is the German activation number, which is 2. This is exactly where it was before. Okay. So we start with Paulus on a 2. You roll the... We're on condition 6, which is the maximum. It's action 970. I can't remember what he did last turn. If German 37 or 50 is killed, or incapacitated, or not in this hex, crawl. Otherwise, conduct 801. So 50 is Rasmus and himself, so he's fine. So he'll do action 801, which is crouch, then conduct best fire at easiest target. Which, as we've already worked out, he can't see here, and he definitely can't see here because of the woods in this hex and this ridge here, which is blocking line of sight through this way. So he's got no line of sight, so can't fire. So does nothing. So that's Paulus. Then we have Rasmus with the same action number, which is action number 2. Rasmus does an action 824. And I've just dropped the paragraph book on the floor, which is also a fire action, which he can't do because of the lines of sight. So again, he does nothing. They're observing, looking. They can hear me. I'm only 20 meters away. And then that brings me to Niemann. Okay. Now he's the sniper. He's using action B on his card. What do I mean? Let's just show you one of these while we're here. So this is Niemann's card. I've already had the VPs for him. It tells me he's German card 2 N with a sniper. He's got a bolt rifle with a scope. He's also got a Luger and he's got a grenade. Here it tells me the conditions. So we're in condition 6, but the special rule for this, I'll just read this here. On first turn, use 802 unless special condition A is in effect, in which case roll. Okay, well, we've got special condition B, so it's telling me I should have used 802 first. Well, I didn't do that. I missed that. Okay, but we're looking at the die roll. The die roll's 2, so it's telling me to go under column B to action 810. And I follow that until either a paragraph tells me otherwise, or I move adjacent to him, then he'll use the self-preservation column here. But we're looking at paragraph 810, which tells me was. Right, it's got 3 options. Option 1, if within 2 hexes of a killed or incapacitated enemy, he's not. Option 2, if in sight of active target, crouch and conduct best fire. Okay, he can definitely see Hudson. Yeah, he can see Hudson, but he can also see Dillon and Bell. Which is the best target from those 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think they're both all in close range, so it's going to be a random target. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Bell underneath 5, 6. Rolled a 5, so he's targeting my now squad leader, Bell. So we've worked out the range is short. Base chance to hit a short range with the bolt action is 5. My guy is crouched in a building. So he's firing through the windy. There's a window up there, yeah, I'm crouched. Crouched, soldier crouch is -4, so it takes it down to 1. But he has got a weapon skill of 2, so it takes it to 3. So it's 3 or less. That's a 40% chance. He bloody hits. Right, okay. This could be it, because if Bell goes down, then I've got no one in command. So it's a I need low here. A 1. With a bolt rifle, with a 1. That's still a wound. Darn it. It's not a KIA, but it's a wound. Bell is wounded. And breathe. Okay, with him becoming wounded, we place a wound marker on him and he falls prone. Great. So prone and wounded, and loses his action for the turn. Put Dillon back in the wrong place. Doesn't say the German goes prone, he stays crouched. Bloody Niemann. Okay. Does sort of remind me of that scene from Full Metal Jacket where one sniper is taking out various members of the squad and kept picking on the same ones to make them scream, and the emotional side of it, that's just... Anyway, no point whinging about it. He is what he is. But that finishes him for the turn. Okay, so we've still got Dillon, Evans, Hudson and Campbell. Campbell? Cornwall. I called him Campbell in the first mission. Dillon has got the what do you call it? The Browning, which is jammed. So we need to unjam that. So we've got a jamming table, which is on here. So weapon skill of Dillon is 1. So we're looking at this row here. And we need a 5 or less to clear. So 5 or less to clear. A 7. Of course not. That remains jammed, and that's his action for the turn. Done. They're not nice. Evans is over here and wounded. He's out of command rock range there. So we need to get him back into command range. Now, a wounded guy, do they have half the movement allowance, or it doesn't say. Has his movement allowance reduced to 2 for the rest of the mission? Okay, record that on there, that his movement allowance is now 2. That's not nice. But he's doing nothing there. So 1, 2 to here. Let's get it out of the way for the moment. And that would be standing, wouldn't it? Wait a minute. Wait, oh, blimey. Let's go back. Free stance change. You don't have if you're wounded. Oh, I think I did. Oh, I think I might have forgotten that. So that costs him a movement point to stand up. So there's no point. Oh, blimey. So standing up is a movement point. And that would be a movement point. Or should we, I tell you what, we're just going to stay crouched. R9, R10. Can't remember if I've been in that hex or not. R10 refers to sighting 5, which we've already had. So that completes. Evans doing a lot here. So we've got Cornwall and we've got Hudson. Cornwall's weapon skill, not great, 0. He has got a grenade. I think I might lob a grenade at these guys. He's going to do his free stance change to stand because it makes lobbing the grenade easier. And he will throw a grenade 2 hexes to there. That's his last grenade. Whew. Throwing a grenade. Okay, so grenade outside. Range is 2 hexes, that's short range, so he needs a 5. Is he wounded? No. No. If throwing into a target hex not in sight, it's not in sight, so it's -3. So he needs a 2. So what Cornwall's weapon skill is 0, so we need a 2 or less to land this grenade on target. 8. It's off target. So the question is, where does it land? Okay, so we've got a sighting diagram for where grenades land. The direction of the throw is down the hex spine. So 1 or 2. Oh, off camera there, sorry. So it will land 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it looks like there's no chance it will go back into the hex, just in case. Yeah, roll 1 die, doing the hex with grenade lands. Note that a grenade throw from a hex adjacent, yeah, it's not a grenade snatcher that lands in a hex as a result of a scatter explodes and damage results in that hex as though it were the target hex. Well, sorry, it's pretty irrelevant then, isn't it? It can't target guys. Is that -3? So it lands in that hex there and goes boom and does nothing. And that's Cornwall's turn done. And that leaves Hudson. What is Hudson going to do? If he stands up, comes out the windy, that's 2, 3, 4. He's only got 3 movement points. He'll be out of command and control if he goes over to these buildings. The other option is he could take a shot at the sniper. Who knows? Come on, Hudson, have a bash. Okay, so the basics is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexes away. He's 6 hexes away, which for a semi-auto rifle is short range. So it's a base hit 5. The target is crouching in a woods. Which is -3. It takes it to a 2. Hudson's weapon skill is -1. That takes it to a 1. He needs a 0 or a 1 to hit. It's a chance. It's 20%. Come on, Hudson. Come on. No. Right. First of all, I should have determined. Okay. So it was a valid shot. And now see if he runs out of ammo. 25% or less. 0.4. Okay. So he expended a lot of ammo to do sweet all. So I'm crossing off one of his ammo boxes. But hey, 20% chance is a 20% chance. And that completes Hudson, which ends this action round. Let's move into the next action round. Sequence of play, there's no awareness test, everyone's aware. So we have the event phase. Come on, air support, artillery support, something. We roll a 10 on the random event, which is sighting 1. We've had sighting 1. 138, so that we've had that, so no, that's nothing. No event. Next up, we have initiative. Initiative. Germans roll a 0, I roll a 3. So Americans have the initiative. Okay, so we've got to fill in that little thing at the top there again. Okay, so I won the initiative, but it ends up with Niemann having 2 actions, the 2 other Germans here having 1 action each. Hudson, unfortunately, with that 3, is a panic number. He's within command range of Bell, but Bell's got 3 initiative. Hudson's got 1, that's 4, so that's less than 5. So Hudson, game over, man! Game over! Probably scared himself by his own shot, and he panics. Not good. So Niemann. First of all, though, we have to do the Germans' activation number, and they roll an 8 this time. So that moves to 8. Niemann's going to have 2 turns with a disadvantage, and he starts off the action. With an 8, what does that entail? So on B, with an 8, we're looking at paragraph 807. 807. Please can you decide that that's you going home, you do not want to participate, you do not want to pass go or collect £200. So if an active target is in sight, crouch and conduct best fire at easiest target. Fall prone after action if free stance change available. Is there active targets? There are still 3. The easiest, they're all the same because of the building, the aperture. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He rolls a 2. Hudson's game over, man! Has attracted his attention, and he's going to see if he's going to make it game over. Okay, 4 hit Hudson anyway. All right. Let's zoom a little bit in there. There we go. The basic to hit chance we know is 5 because it's short range. Plus 2 because of his weapon skill makes it 7. And I'm crouching through the aperture makes it 3. 3. You are allowed to miss, Niemann. Okay, he misses. The shot rings out near Hudson's head, and Niemann misses on that shot. Okay, that brings up my guys. Bell, who's got 1 action. Cornwall, who's got 1 action. Dillon. I think we're going to try Dillon first. See if we can unjam this bloody Browning. And yeah, he needs a 5 or less. and he rolls a 3. Good. Okay, so the Browning is no longer jammed, but that's his action. It's done. That's all he can do. So we'll move him down to the completed section. We will crawl Evans again into that, just off the camera hex there. So that's Evans completed. So Bell, who's wounded, he's going to try a shot at that sniper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a medium range shot. So yeah, 7 is a medium range shot. So that's a 4. Bell's weapon skill is 0, so it stays 4. Oh, wait a minute, he's prone, isn't he? Because he was wounded. And when I made the mistake here, firing, you don't get a free stance change, so that would be a snapshot. I know what I can do. I'm a commander. Think outside the box. Okay, so Bell, as a commander, he whispers to Dillon and says, "Shoot that bastard." So Bell uses his order to give Dillon another action. And now Dillon can take that shot. And Bell remains prone and wounded. Dillon takes the shot. Right, okay. With the Browning that he's just repaired. I suppose first of all, I've got to do the percentage chance of it bloody jamming again. So it's a 5% chance. 0, 0 is 100. It don't jam. Right, okay. No. Right, okay, so what are we're looking at? Range for the automatic rifle 2 to 9, short range 5. Dillon's weapon skill is 1, 6. And he's firing at a crouching guy in a wood is down 3. So that's a 3. Come on, Dillon. 3 or less. Yes! God. He rolls a 2. Right, high result now needed. Okay, to actually change that into either a kill or incapacitated. Come on. 2. Got excited there. Oh well. So with the automatic rifle, with a 2 is a wound. 1 to 3 is a wound. 4 to 6 would be an incapacitated. 7 to 9 would be a kill. Niemann is wounded. Well done, Dillon. So I will put a wound counter on him. He falls prone. And he doesn't get an action. He doesn't get his second action, which is good. Well done, Dillon. Got to remember the command. So Dillon has now done a wounded on number 2. Then I've got to check for ammo. So for the Browning, it's 50% ammo. And we've rolled, can't see that dice, 0, 4. Yeah, I've used a clip of ammo. Actually, that's the first one that he's used. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more clips. So yeah, he's okay ammo wise. Well done, Dillon. Who's that leave me with? Cornwall. Interesting. I think I want to push here if we go here, they can't shoot each other, but we are still adjacent, which I think will instigate self-preservation on these guys. And we know they're not the best soldiers on the planet. If I go in here, they can see him and they might just like, and shoot me. Okay. So Cornwall moves into this hex. He can't be seen by the sniper because of the woods in that hex. But let's see what happens when I go into, that's V9. Before I do, I think he's going to go into crouch though. So free stance change to crouch, and then you can move one hex. So V9. Yes, I know it's taking him out of command range. So next turn he might panic. There's nothing extra. It's that S5, sighting 5, which we've seen already. So he moves there. Okay. And that's his turn completed. Now these two Germans here, we actually have to roll a new dice for them, because this operation number referred to when Niemann was up here. So we're in a new turn. So the German number, activation number is 3. Let's see what that will bring for these two. I need to just double check the rules. Yeah, it just says adjacent to an active American unit, which they are. Okay, so we're looking at Paulus first on the 3. So let me just show you what this actually does here. Okay, so you've got bolt action rifle. Okay, so a die roll is a 3, and we're looking at self-preservation. So it's paragraph 816. Let's see what paragraph 816 brings. Okay, it says ignore the self-preservation reaction. Roll for a new German action number and refer to this soldier's action column that would otherwise apply. Oh, okay, interesting. So there we are, we're on that. So I have to roll a new dice for that, which he calls 2. And then I look at his 2 on condition. It says chapter 970. Paragraph 970. That sounds familiar. If German 37 or 50 is killed or incapacitated or not in his hex, crawl. Otherwise conduct 801. 801. Crouch, then conduct best fire at easiest target, fall prone after fire if free. Okay. He still can't see anybody. So in actual fact, went through all that and he does bugger all. Okay, so then we bring up so that's Paulus done. Rasmus. Same hex. He has the same restriction but as the previous one. Or does he? Rasmus, special. The action number is now on 2, so he's using paragraph 816. 816. Ignore the self-preservation reaction. Roll for a new German action number, which is 1 this time. So under 1, Rasmus, he will do 824. Crouch, then conduct best fire at easiest. Exception if this is a target, if this has already been fired at. So again, they've got nothing to fire at. They don't do anything. I hope I'm doing this right. I seem to be in a perpetual loop. And that will leave Hudson, who panics, who therefore falls prone. And that concludes that action round. Which means I've done a couple of action rounds, so I'm going to end this video here because I was conscious last one went on for ages and ages and ages. So yeah, let's bring this back up. Okay, so that was 2 action rounds. Sniper's wounded. Okay, so that's going to hamper him quite a bit. I'm not sure what I'm doing with this Paulus and Rasmus. They've got no target they can see. So it looks like they're just lurking. I can't see. It just seems to be a little loop of what they're doing. Maybe again it's because it's low activation numbers. If that gets higher. Cornwall, I thought by moving closer, he would cause them to hopefully panic. Doesn't seem to have happened yet, but that could happen next round. The next thing I could do with him is prepare the satchel charge and lob it over the crest. And hopefully that go boom. Okay, I hope you enjoyed what you've seen so far. I know it's taken a lot longer than I thought. There's a lot of thinking to do, referring to paragraphs. This is not a quick game by any stretch. But it's keeping me engrossed with what's going on. I hope it has been with you, and I hope you're fully entertained. If you have, hit the like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Why not? Especially if you've been watching a few of these videos, come on. And comments. Comments always appreciated, especially if I've made a mistake or there's something blindingly obvious I should be doing and I don't think about it, or I'll go, whoops. And then finally, little ding-a-ling reminds you that any time I upload a video. Until then, play games, have fun, enjoy whatever else you're doing, and I'd like to say at this point, hopefully this thing will work. Bye, internet.